This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
The total package, or total lackage rather, wants to know any fond memories from your appearance on Family Feud with Sting, Z-Man, Brian Pillman, and Brad Armstrong when you guys took on the ladies from Glow.
Yeah, that was fun trip. I think we taped all those shows, a week's worth of those shows in one day. That surprised me a little bit. I didn't know how they did that format. I know that the late Ray Combs, who for many years owned a comedy club in Cincinnati, I think, really was fascinated by wrestling. I mean, he would have loved to have been as a manager or something, and probably would have been a pretty good one because he's a little guy, very talkative. But meeting him was kind of cool, and of course I think he committed suicide later on in life, which is sad as hell. But you never know what's really going on in somebody's head.
Right.
I think Zink and Pillman, I don't know if they ever slept once we got from Atlanta to L.A. They were enjoying L.A. And the lucky part for me was, they pair you off. So, my adversary was Mrs. Stallone. And she was a little slow in the draw, thank God for JR. So I won all those face-offs. I think I won all. And we ended up winning the game. But it was kind of fun interacting with those ladies. But yeah, it was a good time. And it was good for WCW to be on a show that a lot of folks watched. So we were on 5 episodes that week, and it worked out real well. It's a fun gig, no doubt.
Let's do another one here. This is an interesting one, a name we haven't talked about before. Coondog wants to know, did JR ever work with Iceman King Parsons?
Yes, Coondog, I have. I did. When Cowboy, Bill Watts, and Fritz Von Erich were on speaking terms, they shared talent. And we would use all those world-class guys on our TV shows because their TV show with Channel 11 boomed into our territory. And it's on most of the cable systems. So those guys had a lot of exposure. So they would just basically follow the storyline that they were in on Channel 11 television. But yeah, Ice was, he did, I think his, what that old Willie Stargell thing, the We Are Family, the Pittsburgh Pirates, that was his deal. And he added a much needed element of diversity to what we were doing. And he was a good worker. I saw him maybe 2 years ago at a little thing. He wasn't working, but he was there. Looked good. But yeah, we worked together, and Ice was no pro. That was an easy trip for those dudes. From Dallas to Oklahoma City to Tulsa for TV was like, 3 hours max? Easy drive. They weren't going to go to the airport to get on the airplane for a 3-hour drive. Plus, Cowboy wasn't going to pay for that. He might give you some trans money, but that's about it. And the guys were happy to get the trans money and get the payday because we were doing pretty decent business. So they were going to do all right. But I always liked working with Ice. He had a lot of fire and did a good job. He's probably one of the more underrated guys because his name wasn't Von Erich.
Right.
In that territory.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.